Julie Gillard is back home this lunchtime after her first tour of Asia as Prime Minister. She left Indonesia yesterday with a pledge from the country's president to hold formal talks on developing a processing centre for asylum seekers on Indonesian soil. But here in Australia, plans to set up new detention centres aren't being welcomed by locals. Opposition leader Tony Abbott is in Woodside, just outside Adelaide, where the government wants to accommodate up to 400 asylum seekers at nearby Inverbrackie. He's been addressing a community forum. Here's reporter Angelique Johnson. So, Angelique, what sort of reception has Tony Abbott received there?
A short time ago, Mr Abbott arrived at the Woodside Institute to speak to locals. A couple dozen residents have turned up to voice their concern about the proposed Inverbrackie detention centre. Inverbrackie is a short distance away from the main street and is next to the Woodside Army Barracks. Earlier, Mr Abbott had a look around the area and spoke to the media. He argues that putting asylum seekers in a picture-perfect hill spot like Inverbrackie is sending the wrong message to people smugglers and will only encourage more boats to come.
I think bringing asylum seekers to an area like this is basically saying to the people smugglers and their customers that the welcome mat is out, that the red carpet treatment is available, and it's the last thing that the government should be doing.
So, Angelique, Tony Abbott's visit comes a couple of days after the Immigration Minister, Chris Bowen, was there.
Yes, it is hot on the heels of the Immigration Minister Chris Bowen's visit. Mr Abbott has made the point that he's been willing to speak to locals in Woodside. Mr Bowen met with a select group of residents at Stirling, which is also in the Adelaide Hills, but about 15 kilometres away from the town. He met with them on Monday. We asked him whether he was fearful of coming to Woodside and speaking to residents in the actual town. He said that no, that wasn't the case, and that he promised to come back to Woodside in the near future and speak to residents. A number of residents remain opposed to the detention centre. They're still angry that they weren't consulted about the plan, and they also still remain concerned about what pressure it will put on local services such as health and on the local schools around here. Obviously, a number of children will be accommodated at this detention centre.
And finally, Angelique, when are the first asylum seekers expected to arrive at Inverbrackie?
Well, we're expecting them here late next month. The facility will be low-level security, so there's still much work to be done to prepare the site. Fences will have to be put up, and the houses, which aren't in too bad condition, but they will have to be refurbished on the inside in readiness for these asylum seekers.
Angelique, thank you.